2012, literally 12 years ago, LEGO Star Wars was arguably at its peak. Hey everyone, it's Lego Man Cam here, and let's start off with the 6 planet sets that were released this year. We got a Naboo Starfighter, Sebulba's Pod Racer, the TIE Interceptor, an X-Wing, a Twin Pod Cloud Car, and an AT-ST. These sets were all really nice, a figure, a build, and a cool planet for $10. Most notably, you could get named characters, such as Sebulba and Lobot in a cheaper set. But other than that, these are probably the worst sets from the year. Now we move into the battle packs from the year, starting off with the Elite Clone Trooper and Commando Droid Battle Pack. And just quickly, if you are new, please consider subscribing to help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers. Anyway, this set is an amazing battle pack. The Elite Clone Arc Trooper looks so decked out, with a full cloth Karma and pauldron, plus the helmet accessories. The ARF Trooper is okay, but the 2 Commando Droids are really awesome too. Maybe not the best battle pack in terms of army building, but to have the ARC Trooper in only a $13 set was just crazy. This set is now worth over $100, which just goes to show you just how good it is. Next up, we have the Imperial and Rebel Trooper Endor Battle Pack. Definitely one of the weaker battle packs here. I understand that this does give you a good split of both Rebel and Imperial figures, but I think the Endor and Scout Troopers aren't very massable, and we would get better variations of them just a year later in the Ewok Village set. This set is now worth only about $40, which isn't crazy, but it has still gone up in value. Now, in the past, I've made videos looking at both 2013 and 2014, but now let's take a look at the rest of this amazing year and all the sets that were released. Here we have the Droid Escape Pod set. This came with 2 Sand Troopers, R2-D2 and C-3PO, as well as the Escape Pod itself and a speeder bike. I never picked this set up as a kid, and I can see why. If you already had Sand Troopers, like I did, there wasn't really any reason to pick it up, as R2-D2 and C-3PO were both super common elsewhere. I think I got mine in a Land Speeder set. For $20, it wasn't a terrible value, and it has gone up about 2.5 times to now being worth $50. Set 9491, the Geonosian Cannon, is by far the better of the 2 $20 sets. This one came with 2 Geonosians, both with wings, as well as Barriss Offee and what I believe is Commander Gree, but in his Phase 1 armor. Sure, the build isn't anything to write home about, but I think the minifigures in this set do really bolster it to being almost just a bigger battle pack, kind of similar to like the Battle of Saleucami from 2014. This set is also now worth about $70. Now we have a TIE Fighter from this year. This isn't the most exciting set as the minifigures are pretty bland. However, the actual build for the TIE Fighter still holds up decently well in today's standard. I think $55 at the time was definitely too expensive though. But anyway, the build is still really nice, and I like the look of the wings, even if the middle and sort of body structure of the ship could have been streamlined a little. This set now goes for about $150, and I really wouldn't recommend picking it up since we're always getting updated TIE Fighters. Now, to pair the TIE Fighter with another set, we got a classic rendition of an X-Wing. This X-Wing looks pretty good for the time, and $60 didn't seem like a crazy amount when you do consider the TIE Fighter was only $5 more. I feel like you're definitely getting a way better value with this set. Jack Porkins was a new minifigure here and does look quite nice with an exclusive helmet and face print, and overall this is just a decent rendition of the set, although we again are supposed to be getting another X-Wing and TIE Fighter set in August, so I would not recommend buying this at its $170 price tag. We're now getting into some of the really good sets from this year, so make sure to comment below which set from this list ends up being your favorite, and even if you have any sets on the list as well. Now we have a set I really do love, however I was always confused by. This is Anakin's green Jedi Interceptor from the end of Revenge of the Sith. Strangely enough, this set was $40, compared to what should have been about $30. LEGO for some reason decided to throw in 5 minifigures into the set, which is cool to get a Newt Gunray, but they also decided to turn it into kind of like a hybrid Mustafar duel set by including the droid and platform that Anakin and Obi-Wan fight on. This is why the set is an extra $10 too expensive. I think personally I would have preferred just the Interceptor, Anakin, and that cool Newt Gunray figure and leave out the rest for a $30 price point. Anyway, it is still a really nice set, and we are yet to receive an updated version of this ship even 12 years later. This set is now worth about $150 as well. Now we have a Y-Wing. This is a really nice rendition of the ship. It came with an exclusive Princess Leia in her Yavin outfit from the end of A New Hope. The build for the Y-Wing looks really nice too, but yeah, not a whole lot to say about this set. $50 was a pretty good price point. However, if you do want to pick it up today, it will set you back about $180. Up next is a Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit. This set was just $25 when it released, and it did include Luke, Lando in disguise, Boba Fett, and a Clatoonian guard. For just $25, I think this set offered quite a lot of play value, even though it may not be the most visually appealing set. If you compare it to what we're supposed to be getting at the end of this year, the new model is going to cost about $80 and is said to include essentially the same builds as this set. I think that really does go to show you just how LEGO has evolved over the last few years, including many more pieces and making the sets more expensive. Today, this set is worth about 4 times its original value, making it $100. Now we have an Old Republic set. This is the Republic Striker class starfighter. And if I'm being honest, I've never really liked this set. Sure, 2 of the figures are nice, especially the Trooper, but the ship just looks really blocky to me and not very sleek. The ability to swing the wings out is nice, but yeah, this is just not one of my favorite sets, and I think it's definitely the worst of all the Old Republic sets. Anyway, if you do want to pick it up today, it will set you back $200 brand new. Stacey Tin's Jedi Starfighter is up next, and I think this is a really great set. It came with both Even Piel and Stacey Tin, which gives you 2 awesome Jedi for just $30, plus a Starfighter itself, which is really great in a darker green color scheme to go along with all the other ones that had released around the Clone Wars time. This set will cost you about $180 today, which is about 5 times its original cost. Now we have probably one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets from the early 2010s. This is the Gungan Sub. Originally a $70 set, which was pretty overpriced at the time. This set now goes for over $500, which is insane. This is almost completely because of the fact of the inclusion of the legendary Queen Amidala minifigure, which is just amazing. The fact LEGO included this figure in the set is still hard to believe, since LEGO are always hesitant to include any kind of Queen minifigures in LEGO Star Wars sets. I just hope we can get some more Padme outfits in the future as minifigures, as going by this one, they always look really great. Speaking of the rest of the set though, the build is pretty perfect, other than some of the gapping around the front, but I suppose that comes with the awkward shape of the sub and the brick builtness of LEGO back in 2012. Here we have another set that's in a very similar position to the Gungan sub. This is the Sith Fury class Interceptor, a classic Old Republic set most notable for the inclusion of Darth Malgus. For $90, this set is really nice and it has such a sleek design for a Star Wars ship. I did pick up this set recently and was really surprised with just how big the box was, considering it was only a $90 set. The set is now worth upwards of $400, which is totally understandable as it does have a really awesome exclusive minifigure and just a great build in general. Now I'll just quickly look at the advent calendar from the year, which came with Christmas Darth Maul and then a whole bunch of generic rubbish. And I'll also look at the UCS R2-D2 quickly. I don't have a lot to say here. It looks fine for the time, but obviously it has been outclassed by both of the 2 recent large-scale R2-D2s we've gotten. Next up, we have the actual UCS ship from the year. We got a B-Wing. For $200, I think it is a pretty nice, cheaper UCS set, even if it's like a bit overpriced for what you get. Surprisingly, this set only had a 1.5 year shelf life, which seems quite rare and short for a UCS set, as they seem to stick around for quite a bit longer than that these days. As I've said in previous videos, I'm more of a minifigure scale and playset fan rather than UCS collector, but I do appreciate the uniqueness of getting a new ship for a UCS model. Now we've got 4 sets left to go through, and these are all probably some of the greatest LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. So let's start off with maybe the worst one out of these 4, which is really weird to say anyway. This is Pre Vizsla's Mandalorian Starfighter. The build is really nice for $50, even if I do prefer the newer 2021 version. But man, that Pre Vizsla minifigure is incredible. Such an amazing design job there, especially with the fabric cape element. This is just a great set, and I wish we get another chance at Pre Vizsla one day, although I doubt it, and I really don't want to fork out all that money to get this one. Anyway, this set is now worth upwards of $400, which is literally 8 times its original asking price. Another Clone Wars set is up next. This is the Malevolence. I wish I bought this set when I first saw it back in 2012, as this was a great $120 set of General Grievous's flagship from the first season of the Clone Wars. The figures aren't anything super special, but overall the ship does just look really sleek, and even though it's obviously downscaled, it still looks really magnificent. And yeah, if you do want to pick this one up today, it will cost you about $500, so have fun with that. Another set that now goes for over $500 is actually Jabba's Palace. the second to last set on this list. This is an amazing set with a crazy slew of minifigures. You got Jabba, Bib Fortuna, and also Oola, Princess Leia in Boosh disguise, and the man himself, Salacious B. Crumb, as well as a Gamorrean guard, and then just a boring old Chewbacca. I bought and built this set just recently, and it's just a classic set that I don't think will ever be beaten, especially not from the Boba Fett one that LEGO tried to give us just a couple of years ago. The ability to connect this setup with the Rancor Pit from the following year also gives it that extra level of playability. In saying that, this set was significantly overpriced back in the day at $120 for just over 700 pieces. Well, you've made it through every single set from 2012 except for one, and I've saved the best for last. This is set 9526 Palpatine's Arrest. Now, if you've seen one of these videos before, you know that I love a LEGO Star Wars playset, and this is probably the best of all time. 6 top-notch Jedis and Sith minifigures, paired with an expansive layout of Palpatine's throne room from the end of Revenge of the Sith. I am praying that this set gets a remake in 2025 for the 20th anniversary of Episode 3, but who knows. Also, this set is now worth literally $700. So sell your house or something if you want to buy it. If you did enjoy the video, please consider subscribing and comment your favorite set from this year. See you later.